Greetings, my fellow choir members. I'm making this little video to show you some new features that I've put onto the web page. So without further ado, let's go look at the web page. Here it is. This is what it looks like now. So I've not just redesigned it, I've actually moved it to a different location where we have different capabilities. And so one of them is this new tab here called Choir Members Only. Eventually it's going to have more than one new function, but for right now I've just added this one function, and that is the ability to report absence here instead of on the big calendar that's out in the lobby. So let's look. When you go there, the page will start by challenging you for a password. Now, the password is something that I'm not going to say out loud on the video. That kind of defeats the purpose. So you should have it already. Should have gotten an email from Tammy, I'm guessing. But when you get it, you should just be able to enter it here, like I'm going to do. And you can either click on the enter button, or you can just hit enter on your keyboard, like I just did. And now it's gone to the same page, but it's unlocked. And you can see that absence reporting is here. And there are three things you can do with absence reporting. One is to enter your absence, which is the obvious thing. The other is to cancel your absence. And the third thing is to view the absence calendar. So I've been messing around with this a little bit. I've got some extra absences for myself in there. So we're going to have to work around that a little bit. But let's start at the bottom here and look at the absence calendar. So I just click on the link, and that will open up here. You can see I've added something for Monday next week, which is not a rehearsal day, and also Wednesday next week, which is not a rehearsal day. I actually think I may be gone on next Tuesday, so that's real. So I'm going to add maybe Thursday the 22nd. Now to get back, there's not a back button here, but the easy thing to do is to just go where you want to go. So I want to go back to Choir Members Only, and now I'm back on this page that has the three options. So let's enter some absence info. When I go there, it shows me this form. I'm going to put in any name. Probably my own would be best. And now if you click on the start date or tab button to go to the next field, it's not just going to go there, it's actually going to, it knows that it's a date field, so it's going to open up a calendar like this. And it already has today highlighted. In this case, I'm going to click on 22, and you can see that it filled that in here, and it also filled it in the end date. In almost all cases, that's what you'll want to leave, so you will not have to enter the end date. If you're going to be gone, a Tuesday and a Sunday, and you put the Tuesday date and start and the Sunday date in the end, it would actually report that you were going to be gone on Tuesday, and then it'll put another entry in Wednesday, and another one in Thursday, and another one on Friday, and so on. Probably not what you want. So my guess is that unless we're doing concerts, for example, on back-to-back days, Saturday and Sunday or something like that, that you won't put in a different value in the end date. You can also leave the start time and end time completely blank. The reason I left them in, though, is I'm guessing that for some rare instances, like when we're doing concerts, and we might have two concerts on one day, it might be important, if you're going to miss one but not the other, to be able to note what the time is that you'll be gone. So I left it in almost all the time, though you won't put that in. And then you'll need to put in your name and email down here to say who it is that's entering it, because that may not be the same person as is being reported. You might be reporting for your spouse or friend or something along with yourself. So name. The email does need to be real, I think, or it'll reject it. And then click on submit. And when you do, it submitted that, and then it goes back here. So in case you do have more than one date to put in, you can put multiple of them in. You can see that the default is back to today. So if you want to go back and look at what just happened, you can come back here and look at the calendar again, but just do be aware it takes a couple minutes for it to propagate through and get redisplayed. So I'm actually not going to look right away because it almost certainly will not be there. Again, either the word here that's highlighted or the icon is the link. So to get into canceling my absence, I'd click one of those, and it's a different form where I just have my first and last name and what date. I'm going to choose the 22nd this time, and then I'll hit submit. One thing I want to note here is that this is not making a change to the database. I haven't figured out how to go in and do that with the tool that I'm using here. So what this does, it just sends me an email, and then I will go in by hand and do this. So don't spam me if you wouldn't mind, because if you do, then we're going to start putting like the reCAPTCHA or some device on there that will make you do more work to enter one of these, and no one wants that. So play nice. I know you will. When you hit submit, it just gives you a nice cheery message. Thanks for canceling, so we'll see you in choir. So then again, if you want to go back and look, I'm guessing it still may not be there. And it would never remove it just because I hit the cancel, because that only sent me email. But let's look and see if it's there yet. No, not on the 22nd. It will eventually show up. However, I'm going to go in by hand then and take these other dates that I've been playing with out. I think this is the end of the demo. If you have questions about this, please feel free to contact me. If you have questions about why you didn't get the password, contact Tammy, because I won't be giving that out. She will. Thanks. See you there.